All right. Waiting on Jeffem. Just little old Jeffem. Little Don Sagretti. Let me pull this up. Let's make sure we're actually live, but as always, the challenge is not to be too live. Oh, Patrick Bulk knows exactly what to say, which is I can see and hear you. Perfect. Thank you, Patrick. That's what I like to see and hear. Also, bonus points to anybody who knows Little Don Sagretti, what that's from. And his big chain smoker. Bah. Oh, Starkiller's here too. All right, we got a lot of calls. Thank you to Squiddo Willow for doing an awesome job coordinating all this stuff. Poor Frisco is confused. Godspeed. All right, let's see. Poor Frisco is going to be on there. Squiddo Willow has the amazing call list. That's so sweet. Thank you so much, Squiddo Willow. I wonder what Jeffem's doing. I wonder why Jeffem isn't here yet. Oh, you know what? I bet he doesn't have... You can use Zoom through a browser, right? I mean, Leafeon. I bet he's going to be struggling with Zoom a little bit here because I spring that on him. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, this is just every time for this show before we start, it's just obnoxious, horrific singing. And that's the way the cookie crumbles, you know? All right. What a Monday, says Chris Logan. Yeah, sorry for the different thing. Ooh, I mean, Leafan says Dead Space remake stream just announced for tomorrow. What are you talking about? Dead Space remake stream. I want to learn more about this. Jeff is a Zoomer, confirmed. Oh, big time. Oh, big time. Hopefully he jumps in. Yeah, what is the news here? Passion Team 102 will bring you for a very early look at development Dead Space. Oh, that's very exciting. Very exciting. Okay, let's get Jeffem in here. Let me make a note of that for the podcast this week. Hello, Jeff. Oh, he's aggravated. Hello.
Oh.
Sorry for the Zoom detour.
It somehow completely changed like where my camera was facing somehow. I don't know.
Weird.
I don't.
Why would it do that? Okay, let me blow you up. Blow up your spot, as a lot of people like to say. Do people still say that? Would you be uncool if you said blow up your spot? Thanks for blowing up my spot, man.
I don't even know what that means.
It's too cool for you.
Sure.
Too cool for you. Too cool for you. All right. Okay, let's get this show on the road. First one to count to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we have am I echoey again?
It's okay.
Is that an echoey face?
It's fine.
I don't know what I can do about these.
Hopefully you'll be able to hear the callers. Yeah, I don't think there's a reason where you wouldn't be able to hear them.
Do we have, is there like a chat screen?
I mean, technically, yeah. Here, I'll send it to you.
Are we on Twitch or?
Will you relax? Are we on Twitch? What do you think we're doing here?
I don't know.
Here, on Slack, I sent you the live chat, but we're going to be taking calls.
Right.
Yeah, so.
But does stuff still come through on the old chat? Do we?
Yeah, we can acknowledge that chat. It's not illegal. It's not illegal or nothing.
Okay, let me pop this out so I don't have to see my own face.
Yeah, that's the problem of doing these is you always have to kind of block your own face. La da 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 bum 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 bum. Okay. You tell me when you're ready to go, Jeffem, and then this thing's gonna hit 100 miles an hour. That's why me call you Mr. Fahrenheit.
Wait.
I'm traveling at the speed of light. I'm so hot. I'm traveling at the speed of light.
It's a weird one.
It's a weird one.
All right.
Okay, ready?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Mike says, acknowledge us, please. Yes, here we go. Okay, hello, Poor Frisco. Don't acknowledge this. Okay, project. Oh, perfect Freddie Mercury impersonation. Thank you.
He said, don't acknowledge it, and you just did.
Crap. Oh, crap. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Window okay. Window okay. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to MinnMax Council, the weekly community Q&A for everybody at the MinnMax Council tier over there on Patreon. Thank you so much for listening to this, for supporting MinnMax in a big, bad way. You can support it in an even bigger, badder way by jumping up to that MinnMax Council tier, jumping into our live chat every single Monday at noon, and typically the last Sunday of every month is the call-in episode where we let everybody call in who's at that MinnMax Council tier and podcast with us about whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want. They can use any wacky voice that they want within reason. But we are doing it this month on a Monday, a little bit different for us. So this is the normal MinnMax Council recording time. So thanks to everybody for jumping in on this very special occasion, but it's also very special, because we're going to be hearing from all these community members, but not just that, but also from our very special guest, Jeff Markifava, ladies and gentlemen.
That's me.
He's here. He's here. Oh, and I'm Ben Hansen. Maybe I forgot to mention that. Jeff, how you doing? How's your weekend?
Good. I didn't even realize it was a weekend. It's just every day, man. Kid.
Is that right? I mean, I guess if you don't have a full-time job and you have a kid, it's just like a blur.
Yeah, it's kind of like every day is the weekend and no day is the weekend.
Right. And you seem like the type of guy who's like really comfortable in your own skin by and large. And I feel like a lot of people, maybe this is just me, where if it's the weekend, I feel extra social pressure of like, if I don't have at least one fun social thing planned this weekend, I'm a social failure. But I bet you haven't had that over the last like 10 years of your life, right?
Yeah, pretty much not. And especially in this weird limbo state. I mean, because of the pandemic, it's kind of always, man, I would like to see people. But we usually, that for us entails like one of my B's sisters coming over so that she can watch the kid and hang out for a bit. And she's been quarantining the whole time. So it's like that, or like, hey, let's go to someone's backyard for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Or let's make sure that Ben Hansen doesn't come over to play a board game in our backyard.
I didn't say you, I said you could, Hansen. It just seemed weird. It was like a weird
Well,
setup.
that's the worst thing. If I'm offering something social and you say, I mean, you could, that's weird. What you're trying to do.
You didn't have an ulterior motive, though?
What, I was going to steal your kid and go to Oz? What do you think is going to happen?
No, I figured you'd want to talk shop or something, which we ended up doing anyway.
Well, yeah, that's true. I wanted to talk a little shop. Okay, here we go, everybody. We're going to take some calls from the community. Jeff, you know who's up first. Unforgettable.
Am I supposed to guess?
That's a stupid game to play. Hello, Jalen Brooks. Thanks for being here. Oh, you know what? Maybe, well, we should get to this. Well, okay, we have text questions. Let's get to those first, just in case I forget, right? So Brian with a Y here posted a question on Patreon saying, I won't be able to make the show, but I had a question for Hansen and Jeffem. I want to know if either of them have seen Building the Bastion. It's a 4-episode look at Bastion from Supergiant Games, hosted by Giant Bomb, and they take several looks at the game at different stages of development. There's also a behind-the-scenes look at the space where they work out of and a Q&A of the game. The first episode is part of an episode on Whiskey Media Happy Hour, but the other 3 are posted separately and easy to find on YouTube or Giant Bomb. Yes, I have. I enjoy that quite a bit, because the whole idea, Jeffem, is like, they were creating Giant Bomb when Greg Kasavin and Supergiant were creating Bastion. And so my memory is that the Giant Bomb crew is just like, hey, here's a camera, film as much of this game's development as possible. And then they edited it down to this cool, raw look at them building that game, which is best case scenario for a making of is to actually have just candid shots during the actual development of the thing instead of a talking head afterwards being like, month 3 was really hard. So I really enjoyed that a lot. I haven't watched it for a long time, but obviously it's a nice follow-up with no clip for the Hades making of, because Daniel Dwyer is such a big fan of Giant Bomb, so I know he's a big fan of building the Bastion. I believe they mentioned it even in that Hades no clip documentary, but definitely check that out if you also love long series about a game's development. Do you like video game behind the scenes development stuff on YouTube and stuff, Jeffem?
I can't say that I've watched a bunch of those. No.
Yeah.
I mean, the development stuff is interesting to me. I just haven't really sat down to watch a full documentary on it, though I think I would enjoy that. There's one site or one YouTube channel that's like, you probably know it, like we make video games or video game designer or something like that.
Well, there's Game Maker's Toolkit.
Maybe that's it.
And then there's another one where it's like, is it People Make Games? Something like that. That's one that is very much in the same camp as like a Game Designer's Toolkit. Oh, I always forget the name of these. It's a couple of British folks, and I always Game Maker's Toolkit. Yeah, it's huge, and I feel like I should pay much more attention. I just heard an interview actually with the creator that was enlightening over on I think it's called the Games Press podcast. So you're saying you watched some of those? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should. And I can't believe I haven't harassed you about it. I mean, have you never watched the Double Fine Adventure documentary series?
I watched part of one.
Oh my God.
When they were doing their game jam.
Okay. Oh, yes. So that was like a different, the Amnesia Fortnite thing. But
yeah, honestly,
my God, I know I talk about it way too much and it's a cliche, but just sit down. I think your wife would even enjoy it. Just start with Double Fine Adventure episode 1. It's the making of Broken Age, which is a game that's fine, but it's still, I mean, it's the best game documentary ever made. It's just incredible. Please, Jeffem, please watch that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. BeatenDownBrian also submits a question saying, can't call in, and this is too long for YouTube chat, but after the news of Suriel stepping down as a cohort, what? You seem very quick to mention you'd likely be bringing someone else on. Granted, you've probably had more time to process it than us, and you said it wouldn't be for a little while, but I was wondering if you could walk us through what the process is like. Is it a matter of trying to find someone established, but who also has some free time, or are you looking towards people who are more up and coming? Given that the world may return to normal one day, is someone being local a factor? Lastly, are there any other factors I'm not listing here? P.S. I'm willing to change my name to Suriel, and I will accept payment in fancy biscuits. Oh, that's very good to know. Jeffem, these are the #1 questions for MinnMax to answer right now, I feel like.
Makes sense.
Let's take them one at a time, right? I was wondering if you could walk us through what the process is like. The process is like a lot of weighing pros and cons of different options for bringing on a new cohort. I think we're all in agreement that, hey, we should bring on a new cohort. I feel like 6 is a pretty sweet spot. Jeff, I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little weird because it's like 6 people, but some are doing like kind of like we have the like different tiers of how much of a commitment that is and whatever.
Right.
But I think yeah, 6 seems like a good number to kind of to cover the spread of what we need to cover every week.
Yeah. So you ask about the process. It's probably not as official or as regimented as it probably should be at this point, BeatenDownBrian. It's honestly a lot of, when we were buying the computer, it's a lot of talking to Jeff about like, I'm leaning towards this person. Do you have thoughts? And so it's, in my mind, it's having instincts or subtle preferences, but then also I think the fear comes in because then every once in a while I step back and it's like, this is a wild opportunity. We could choose from a lot of people if we really wanted to. But I think where it gets weird and gross, and, Jeff, we can talk about this, right? Is just like, it's this weird thing of like, in a perfect world, we'd put up a Patreon poll of who you want us to bring in as the cohort. But that is such a crappy move for everybody, just on a personal level, that we couldn't possibly do that. So we're always eager to hear feedback of who you'd like us to bring on. And they have a question as well about You know, are you trying to bring in somebody older or an up-and-comer? I'm pretty open. There's definitely, you know, I think if we're listening directly to the community, it'd be a lot of people saying bring in somebody more established that you've worked with longer, which is certainly an option, right? At the same time, Jeff and I imagine we're pretty close on this thought of just weighing through those options, and it kind of feels like if we're going to give a shot to somebody, do we need to give the shot to somebody who's been doing this for 20 years? Like, is that the best use of a new platform like MinnMax? Jeff, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because in some sense, that's usually weighing against like people I worked with for a long time, you know,
right,
and I would love to work with again. But at the same time, it's like, I love when we have someone like, you know, like when we had Anan or Janet, and like the enthusiasm that they bring and a different perspective because they're basically from a different generation than I am at this point.
Oh, yeah.
So I like that kind of variety that we get from the younger folk.
Yeah. And that is like the big push and pull, right? Is how much do we go on an established rapport? If we go with the established rapport, it's going to be a lot of the same people in their 30s who grew up really liking Zelda. It's like, okay, I got it. We've got that beat locked down, right? So then it's that challenge of, okay, it'd be fun to have somebody new, but somebody that's a little bit different. Naturally, the rapport might not quite be as good because we haven't been working with them for longer. And there is maybe some of that generational gap. And so these are the fun twists and turns that you have along the way, trying to figure out what is the best route here. But yeah, I get paralyzed every once in a while thinking about just the open possibility. You know, every once in a while I think of like, God, what if we just reach out to this person who doesn't have a podcast now, this old timer maybe that we've never worked with, right? It's like, hey, would you want to jump on this? Like, I feel like there's more wiggle room there than any of us can think of for just people that are great on mic that don't have a podcast or podcast network to be a part of. And it's like, hey, we can offer you this much per month. I think a lot of people would be down for just jumping on a podcast every once in a while. And so it's trying to be creative, trying to appease the community, trying to make sure we're feeling comfortable working with this person, you know, a couple hours a week, however much we work with them with MinnMax. Yeah. It's always the weird thing, having maybe the only full-time person, but it's like, okay, what is the best route forward for us? And then if I may keep rambling, Jeff, I also run into this thing of thinking about options, and then I just, without tipping my hand, I just keep thinking of like, oh yeah, how could we just not choose this person? Like, it would be insane not to choose this person is what I come up with in my mind every once in a while without revealing who that person is. But like, imagine if we didn't. What a stupid idea. It's a layup. But sorry, Jeff, I'm rambling too much. And now you're frozen? Whoever we choose, they're going to need a great internet connection. That's all I know for sure. Yeah, BeatenDownBrian, in terms of, are there any other factors here? It's a lot of just availability. It's also a matter of, we would want people that would be available during the day. Like, we could make a big shift with MinnMax at some point to like recording most things in the evening. But we've been really lucky that we can record a lot of things during the day. We can do the streams during the day, everything like that. But I know Leo really is precious, very rightfully so, about like, I like the evenings free. I don't like to work in the evenings, which I think is a smart move by and large, right? And so, now for the video version, this is all over the place. And so maybe at some point we can do that full pivot, but I feel like where we're at now, I think works pretty well, of primarily recording stuff during the day, and then every once in a while, bonus stream, MinnMax plays, that type of thing, in the evening. But I guess if there's one takeaway before Jeff jumps back on this call, it's, let us know what you think. What you think in general would work well for a new cohort. What type, I say what type of person, that seems weird. What type of person would like, what job, big category, old timer, up and comer, that type of thing. We're definitely eager to hear feedback. And no exact timeline on that, because we want to make sure that we're making a good call. But I feel like we will be. And that reminds me, I forgot to bring it up in the Monday meeting. All right, let me actually start with the calls here. But BeatenDownBrian, thank you. That's obviously top of mind, yeah, with Surreal's stepping down as a cohort on the last episode of the MinnMax Show podcast, which, you know, I feel bad a little bit about like how that was revealed, but there's no easy way to do that. And so I tried to brace people for impact a little bit on the MinnMax Council about like, there's going to be some changes. Get ready for a big episode of the MinnMax Show. Welcome back, Jeffem. Are you alive?
Windows 10 kernel security check failure.
Great.
Just like blue screen me and completely shut down the entire computer. So
good.
That's always a fun like gut check when you get a new computer and it's like, oh, this is cool. Like,
Right.
And you got that clock ticking of like, well, I can just take it back and dump it on their desk and say, return this and give me one that works.
I don't like good PC gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like I was trying to give people a heads up without revealing the news last week. And so it's always tough. Like, how do you cushion the community for something like Surreal announcing he's stepping down as a cohort? Also, you know, I talked to Surreal a fair amount before that episode just about like trying to explain it the right way. Because it's not a goodbye. It's just like Surreal's going to be on the podcast less moving forward. It's somewhere in that arena, right? And so it's kind of a tough thing to message, and we didn't want to be too sappy with the big Surreal send-off episode, which we kind of did for Anna a while ago, right? Where it's more of a line of, okay, she needs to fully focus on her Polygon job for a while. But I think it worked out well. It was nice seeing so many positive sentiments about Surreal.
Yeah,
I think so. Okay, Leafeon, we're calling you up, buddy. Oh, just a whole series of Machamp emotes in there. Hello, Leafeon.
Hello.
Welcome to MinnMax Council, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What would you like to talk about, sir? You're on the line with Jeffem.
Hi, Jeffem.
hello.
So I have been going through all my old board games from my family recently because I'm moving and none of my family plays any of the board games. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll take all of them. I'll take the entire cabinet.
Yeah.
And there's so many board games that I found that I remembered that I hadn't played in like probably 20 years at this point.
Oh, wow.
And they're such, like childish, like kind of board games. I don't know if you've ever heard of the game Peanut Butter and Jelly.
No.
No.
Okay, so there's a spinner and there's 3 pieces that you get. It's peanut butter, jelly, or bread. And the goal of the game is just to get a bread and then peanut butter and jelly and then another bread.
I think this was,
But it's such a simple game, but I have so many great memories of playing that and maybe not even actually playing the game, just like playing around with the peanut butter and jelly. And then also there was like another game called Dream Phone. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it was a legitimate board game where you would land on a space and then get a card with like some guy on it, some teenage guy on it.
Oh, Girl Talk, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you'd have an actual phone, and then you put the number in the phone that's on the card, and it had all these pre-recorded messages in the phone that came with the game. And it had like, "Hi, I'm Steve," or something like that.
I'm really hot.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So
I love that.
My question with these is just like, what are some of your like guilty pleasure games that you remember from when you were younger that you haven't gone back to? You might want to go back to something like that.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's good. And like every now and then, I will just remember like a faint memory of like various different board games like that. I watched the like Games That Made Us or or Toys That Made Us on the Ninja Turtles. And they showed just a brief glimpse of a Ninja Turtle board game that I used to have. And I hope that there's like a box in my parents' attic or something that has all those old board games. But I remember that one, you were collecting pizza for sure.
Yeah.
And I remember just playing a ton of that and thinking it was super cool. And then there was one, I think it was called the Omega Virus or the Omega Strain or something like that. And I think they're remaking it now. There's a company called Restoration Games that takes old games like that, like the licenses for them, and then makes cool versions, like more modern, updated versions.
Smart design, yeah.
Yeah, and that was one that also had like a little, like plastic talking thing in it that you would activate at different times as you were like running around a spaceship or something. Like it was very sci-fi, and that one was super cool too.
I mean, it's like the obvious thing of Monopoly. I have not played a game of Monopoly in 20 years, but like specifically what I'd love to go back to is Monopoly Junior, which I played all the time and I really loved. And there's no universe where it holds up well. I'm sure it's somehow a worse game than even Monopoly. But like that was a huge one for me. But I didn't play too much of like the cutesy. I mean, shoots and ladders, obviously, but I did play that within the last couple of years, and it's very bad. Candyland was huge. Candyland feels like, were they going to make a movie about it? That was a world. That wasn't even a board game. Like I just lived in the Candyland art for my entire childhood.
Yeah, I think they were going to make a Candyland movie, but it got canceled or something. There was also an old PC Candyland game that I played when I was younger. I don't remember if it was good at all, but I remember really liking the animations, and it was kind of hard. But
that sounds perfect. There's
how did they never make a Candyland like Candy Crush clone?
Right.
Like
that's a great question.
Whoever Hasbro or whoever owns that IP, you'd think that would be a shoo-in.
Let's see. Well, I guess they did release that film this last weekend, Candyman, which I believe is related in some
pretty much
way.
The same thing.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, film adaptation. February 2009, Universal Pictures announced plans to film a movie based on the Candyland board game. Oh boy, the writer for Garfield series was working on it. Oh, then in 2012, Happy Madison were in final negotiations to develop the film with Sandler both starring and co-writing the screenplay with Robert Smigel. Jesus, who everybody knows is Triumph, the insult comic dog. In July 2014, a lawsuit by Landmark Entertainment Group took place over ownership and royalties owned for the characters and storyline introduced in the 1984 version. Ooh, in 2020, a cooking competition show based on the game premiered on the Food Network with Kristen Chenoweth as the host. All right. Well, there's your legacy. Ooh, wait a minute.
Wow.
There was an animated 2005 movie called Candyland: The Great Lollipop Adventure. Well, we all remember standing in line for that one. Oh boy, does this look bad. But I think I talked about it before, but there is this game that's like a Boggle derivation, I guess you'd call it. It's called Razzle. And my girlfriend and I found it at a brewery, I think earlier this year, and I just actually bought it then. But it's like Boggle, but it's basically a word-finding tug of war where you have dice with different letters on it, and then you're sliding this thing back and forth. It feels like a game from like 1982, just like the aesthetics are so old and burgundy, right? But so you're just moving these letter dice back and forth in this tug of war to see who can identify the first four-letter word in this random batch of dice over and over and over again. Whoever finds it first slides it closer to them. And like, it is one of the most intense and draining tabletop games I've ever played, but it holds up well, I believe.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, we also
It's fun.
A lot of fun.
As kids, we had the old Fireball Island too, which was amazing as kids. And they remade that one. The same company made like a modern version of that, but it didn't. I kind of just want the old crappy game. It was
Yeah,
like
I had the
roll and
remake
move,
when I was
which is-
younger. Yeah.
People in the chat are screaming Candyland Deepest Dive. Deepest Dive on a board game like Monopoly would rule. That would be very fun. Oh, Candyland, and he would just do like the animated film and the game and stuff. I'm kind of into that idea.
And then the Battleship movie as well. Just a whole board game Deepest Dive.
Board game adaptations for the Deepest Dive. That's such a specific beat. Oh, damn it. That's kind of fun. All right, I'll write it down. But I mean, Leafeon, thank you for calling in and thanks for your support.
Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hi.
It's too late, Jeff. He's gone. We lost him.
Oh.
All right, we're calling up Pat. And when I give you the hand signal, you have to say hi to Pat, because I'm going to be too busy writing down some idea that's probably too insane of doing deepest dives on board game adaptations. All right, you're live, Jeffem.
Hello.
Okay,
Hi.
you froze there for a second.
Oh, okay.
It freaked me out. I was
Terrible
waiting for
timing.
the blue screen again.
Terrible timing. Okay, Pat, the point is hello. Jeffem is supposed to jump in and say hello to you.
Hi.
Sorry, I was frozen momentarily.
It happens. But Pat, thank you for being here. Thank you for calling in. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks. How are you?
Good. What do you think about the idea of doing a deepest dive on board game adaptations?
It is very niche, I agree. It could be fun. There are... Obviously, they've gotten so popular in the past several years that they are branching out. So, yeah, it could be cool.
Ooh, Starkiller brings up, does Jumanji count? I say no, but that's a very interesting wrinkle. That is, oof, that's tough. Anyways.
I really liked The Rock Jumanji. It was really
I still haven't seen those last two, which is absurd considering how much I love the 90s Jumanji. But Pat, we don't need to talk about Jumanji. We can talk about whatever you want. The floor is yours. Thank you for your support. You've earned this moment right now. What would you like to talk about?
I have a game.
Yes. Perfect.
It is called MinnMax Men Games of Future Past.
Okay. Very self-explanatory.
Oh,
All right.
we've got some.
So,
Is this Mass Effect?
here's how it goes.
Yeah.
I enjoy media where it is old media, but they are predicting what happens in the near future, and they are way off base.
Right,
And
right.
so these are video games. Most of them are kind of old that made predictions for the future, but did a terrible job.
Okay, love it.
So I figure we'll do back of the box trivia style buzzing in, but to encourage ample guessing to make it move quickly, you each get 2 guesses instead of 1 guess. So
Okay.
you can kind of throw one out quickly.
Sure.
Here we go. The first game is set. This is the easiest one, obviously. First game is set in 2000X. And it was released in 1987.
Ben.
Yes, Ben.
Mega Man.
Correct.
There we go. There we go.
So at latest it was 2009, but it had crazy robot technology.
That's right. Love it.
The next one is 1-0. Set in 2005. Released in 1998 for the PS1. The
Ben?
outdated... Go ahead.
Is
No?
Metal Gear
Okay.
Solid set in 2005?
Yes, it is.
All
Metal Gear Solid
right.
1 is set
All
in
right.
2005.
Love it.
Nailing it. See, I didn't want to make them hard. Next one, also set in 2005, but released in 1995 for PS1. The technology that was too advanced includes weapon technology, automotive
Ben.
technology. Yes.
Twisted Metal.
Correct. Twisted Metal 1.
Thank you.
1995, 2005. And it allegedly was the 10th anniversary Twisted Metal, as you may recall. So apparently, in that reality, the year that the game was released was also the year of the first Twisted Metal competition.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, that's confusing lore-wise, but yeah, love it. Great. Jeff,
Only
just to be
couple-
clear, is your mic working, Jeff?
I think I was frozen again. What game are we playing?
Okay. All right.
All
buddy.
right, so I only have 2 more. So Ben already wins, but you can still get on the board. Are you ready?
Yep.
I'm ready.
Set in 1998, in 1996 for PS1.
Ben?
Yes, Ben.
Resident Evil?
Oh my God, that's correct. I did not think that was going to be enough
Seriously,
information. Nailed it.
Thank you.
I
thank you.
should mention that I didn't have a PS1, so this
Oh,
game
all
is
right, all right.
totally screwing me.
Uh-huh.
All
Classic
right, well,
excuse.
then this will be right up your alley. No excuses. Set in 1999, released in arcades in 1990, and then home consoles after that.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat.
No, good guess, but you still have a second guess under this set of rules. Good guess. The way to advance technology includes, for instance, weapon technology. The piece of outdated technology for the prediction is consumer demand for VCRs.
Ben?
Yes.
Oh, boy. Is it Smash TV?
Yes, it is.
All right.
You are a
5 for
freak,
5.
Hanson.
Hey, it's almost like I host a
Good
trivia
Lord.
show and think about this stuff a
Exactly.
lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I had prepared. 2
Oh, I
bonus
love it.
There you
points
go.
I'd like to point out is that, do you know what year Perfect Dark is set in? Because this is almost in this category already.
Oh my God. Is it 2020?
It's 2023. So
Oh.
in 2 years, allegedly, the events
Okay.
of Perfect Dark are happening.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I remember Time Splitters 1 always cracked me up because there was a level. Time Splitters 1 came out in 2000, I believe, and there's a level set in 2005. And that always made me laugh because I was still playing Perfect Dark 1 in 2005, and it was just wacky robots everywhere. I'm like, really? You really thought in 5 years we'd get to this point of having
Yeah.
Time Splitters jumping around? But sure.
It is a common trope, and I enjoy it. I think
Yes,
every
it
time.
is fantastic. Well, Pat, thank you for the game, and thank
Yeah,
you for calling
good
into
game.
MinnMax Council. We appreciate it.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for
Have a good
embarrassing
one.
me.
All right. Bye, Pat.
Bye.
Goodbye. Jeff, what are you doing? You're a professional gamer, and this is what happens?
Yeah, that was. I gotta reach out next time and get the answers beforehand, like you do.
That's right. Yeah. Hello, Groffles.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for calling into MinnMax Council. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, yes. What would you like to talk about, Groffles?
Yeah, so I know that last time that we were talking, there was just a bit of information I said about having access to a bunch of movies and a Plex server a buddy of mine had. And so I have decided that...
Okay. It's kind
we're
of
going to play
coming through.
some trivia.
Oh, man. We're sick of trivia, Groffles. Boo. No,
Boo.
this is great. This is great.
And I have shamelessly borrowed, with, I guess, permission, this one from the person who did it last time. That would be Chris Logan, another
Okay.
council member.
Yes.
This is going to be back of the movie box / Google summary trivia.
Love it.
Okay.
So we're, doing the same type of rules, you guys know.
Yep.
So go ahead and do the standard of don't forget to say, I could get used to this. Yes,
Okay.
I gotta remember that.
Okay.
Gotta remember that every
All
time.
right. Thank you.
Okay. Do we get one guess or two guesses again?
One,
I
please.
think this was back to the standard rules of one.
Yes.
Okay.
The way it
Perfect.
should be.
Yep.
The way our Lord made it.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna go with some ones I feel like are gonna be easier, just to sake. I'm not sure how many movies that Jeff has had the chance to watch recently with having the kids. So we'll see about that.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. Members of the Cryptozoological Agency blank face off against
Ben?
a. Go ahead.
Ghostbusters?
Eh.
Ugh. I guess ghosts aren't cryptozoology, are
I
they?
could get used to this.
No, that burns. Oh, that burns.
All right. So against a battery of blank, including the mighty blank, who collides with blank, and his ultimate nemesis, the three-headed blank. When these ancient super species, thought to be mere myths,
Oh.
rise again,
Oh.
they all vie for supremacy, leaving
Oh.
humanity's very existence hanging in the balance.
Yeah. Rampage.
No.
Eh.
Oh, Ben. That doesn't count,
ahead.
but Ben. Is this Godzilla War of the Monsters?
So you are basically there. It is Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
King of the Monsters. War of the Monsters is the game,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Right.
damn it. All right, I missed that one.
All right. So I think we'll go the 0-0 still on this.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Next one. Wisecracking blank meets Russell, an angry teenage mutant.
Ben.
Go ahead.
Deadpool 2.
Yes.
Thank you. Please, down. Everybody calm down. I beg of you.
All right. So we got 1-0. All right, next one.
Yep.
Max and Annie's blank gets kicked up a notch when Max's brother, Brooks, arranges blank.
Ben.
Go ahead.
One of the greatest films of the last 5 years. This is Game Night.
Correct. Well done. Well done.
Jeff, have you seen Game Night?
No, I haven't.
Please watch Game Night. It is genuinely very funny.
Okay.
Yes. And
That's the
little
one
kicker
thing I'll
that I
take
did-
away
Go
from
ahead.
these trivia games. 'Cause-
The one little kicker that I have with this whole questionnaire is that I've watched all of these since the last call-in. All of these movies.
Oh wow. Okay. Am I wrong? Game Night Very good. Yes.
So fantastic.
It
snuck up on me. I didn't realize how good it was going to be.
Totally. Like I watched it on a plane. It was one of those like, this seems like it should just be one of those super forgettable Jason Bateman comedies over the last 15 years. But it's like, no, it's just killing it, joke for joke. Okay, anyways, here we go.
Yep. All right. After a difficult struggle with fertility, blank dreams of motherhood comes true with the arrival of a mysterious baby boy. Blank appears to be everything blank and her husband
Ben
ever wanted. Go ahead.
AI.
Ooh, interesting. No, not that one.
Okay.
I could get used to this.
Oh.
He remembers. Ever wanted, bright, talented, and curious about the world. But as blank nears puberty, powerful darkness manifests within him, and blank becomes consumed by terrible doubts about her son. Once blank begins to act on his twisted urges, those closest to him find themselves in grave danger.
I saw somebody in the chat guess this, I think, but I haven't seen this film, and I'd be shocked if Jeffem has.
No, I'm sure I haven't. I'll say Insidious 3.
Oh, yes, the trilogy of Insidious.
Yeah, he meant Invictus.
Ah, right. Yes. This one, in this case, was... Ben, would you like to guess?
Oh, yeah, I just stealing from Chris Logan in the chat. Is this Brightburn?
Yes, Chris Logan is correct. That is
Okay.
Brightburn.
All right, there we go.
I haven't even heard of it.
It's like evil Superman, like James Gunn produced it?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I believe he was one of the behind. I don't remember if he was directing it or not, but he was definitely important to the process.
Yeah.
It's Evil Superman?
Yeah.
How many evil Superman shows are there at this point?
Well, but this is like not licensed Superman.
Right.
This is-
And this is also like...
None of them are licensed. How many non-licensed evil Superman shows are there now?
I think the MinnMax show is
Far too
technically an evil Superman show at this point, unlicensed.
And this one also is on the side of like fantasy horror R-rated movie. It's got some gruesomeness to it because it's James Gunn involved.
Yeah, of course. There we go.
All right. Well, I believe, if I'm not mistaken here, we were at 2-0.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'll take it.
Next one. 7 young outcasts in blank are about to face their worst nightmare. An ancient blank from the sewer every 27 years.
Ben. It.
Exactly.
All right.
This
I
one,
actually
to
knew
this
that
day,
one, so
still haunts my dreams.
I'm going to count that as a minor victory.
He was aware of the film.
Yeah.
That's the first one, so congrats.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's see if this
I'll
one
take your
might
thanks.
be a little bit up his alley. All right. So, blank, whose late father secretly worked for a spy organization, lives in a blank housing estate and seems headed for a life behind bars. However, dapper agent blank recognizes potential in the youth and recruits him to be a trainee in the blank. Meanwhile, villainous blank launches a diabolical plan to solve the problem of climate change via a worldwide killing spree.
This is the most greenlit concept for a movie ever. It just feels like, yeah, sure, this seems like a movie that would exist 30 Ways to Sunday. But that's not an answer.
No, not quite. I also haven't heard anyone buzzing with their name.
I know. I'm just talking to you, man.
Oh, perfect. This is, I'll give a quick hint, and this might give it away, so get ready to buzz. This is probably one of the cohort's favorite movie in the last decade, based on how many times they've watched it.
Oh, Ben?
Go ahead.
Is this The Kingsman?
Yes.
Okay, I've never seen any of these movies, but all right, I'll take it. That is Leo's favorite film.
Correct.
Wow.
Remember that being talked about recently on a podcast.
Yeah, good memory, my God. All right, is that it?
Let's see. I have as many as you need because, to put it mildly, not to bury the lead, I have watched some movies in the last month.
Oh my God. Well, that's probably good. We got a lot of other calls to get to, but thank you.
I understand.
Thank you for calling in, Gropples, and thanks for the support of MinnMax.
Of course. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'll look forward to the next time.
All right, take care, man. Bye.
Yep. Bye.
I'm gonna win a question on one of these trivia games at some point.
It really is. It is alarming
Yeah,
how
but
badly you're
I mean,
doing.
to be fair, you've had
Good
like 10
afternoon.
years of reading sentences with blanks in them.
That's true. That is true. All right. I'm sorry, E.T. Clark. We stepped on your beautiful good afternoon. Please, the floor is yours.
Oh, well, thank you so much. It's so great to talk to you both.
Yes. How are you doing, E.T. Clark?
Well, I'm doing well, which that's an interesting question nowadays because you can say, well, I'm doing okay or I'm well.
Yes.
But I had my first COVID test today because my wife and I celebrated our 21st wedding anniversary over the weekend, and we actually went somewhere. And I came home to what appears to be a lovely cold. Hopefully, I'm fully vaccinated, so hopefully
Yeah.
it is not
That's good.
anything. It is not serious. I mean, I'm hiding away as you should until I get my test results, but
Yeah.
it's not too bad for me. But I don't mean to have a downer. This is exciting to actually get a call in for once. You guys always do this on Sunday nights when I can never participate. So
Oh.
thank you for that.
Oh, yeah. No problem. What would you like to talk about?
So Jeffem, I know you're a new father, and as a a more seasoned father myself, my daughter's in her sophomore year of college. I wanted to know, and you may have already gotten this question before, but how has this experience been as compared to what you thought it would be like?
Oh, my
How long has
God.
it been now? Not quite a year, correct? It's been
Yep. Almost 10 months.
Oh wow!
Almost.
So definitely
Yes.
crawling. I know one of my kids was an early walker, but probably not there yet.
Not quite yet. Yeah, he's crawling. He's pulling himself up on furniture to where he's standing, but he still has to hold on. And then we just try not to let him tip over too many times.
Just destroying stuff, right? You can't let it on the ground.
Oh yeah, pulling out video games and books, anything out from the
Oh.
shelf that he can get to. He's starting to pull out. So
Yuck.
It is awesome. I definitely recommend, in the next couple of years as you introduce video games. And I think my daughter's first console was a 64. She was very young, like 4. But I remember my son, it was the Wii. And specifically, I remember the exact day that he could actually play. And it wasn't
oh yeah.
just humoring him, but it was like Kirby's Return to Dreamland or something like that. I think I even took a photo and commemorated it. But so how's it been?
It's been great. Yeah, it's been life-changing in all the positive ways that you could hope it would be. I think I've talked before about how I really didn't know how it was going to go, and I didn't know if I was going to have that, love at first sight moment when you first have your kid, because I think our media tends to kind of overblow that or portray that as
Right.
everyone has that, and I don't think everyone has that, but I did have that, and I feel lucky to have that connection with him. And he just, even on our worst days, just seeing him completely brightens my mood. And I genuinely love spending time with him. And it's when I do the podcast for 2 hours or whatever, even though he's right on the other side of the door, I'm just so happy to go out there, and he smiles when he sees me, and it's just, yeah, it's been great.
He's probably not going to listen to this, though, Jeff. So do you have any dirt you
Yeah.
want to share?
Oh man, he's the worst.
He sucks.
No, his diapers, let me tell you, if there's anything to complain about, he can really load a diaper, and the smell is just unbelievable.
Sorry. And Ben, how are you doing? I haven't talked to you for a long time.
Good. Jeffem's kid is good. Yeah, the
Good.
diapers are a problem. Hey, here's a weird thing. I did a kind of an Ask Me Anything on Reddit on Thursday, I forget, but just hey, what could we be doing better here at MinnMax? And there's a lot of very good feedback over there on Reddit, and I feel bad for mainly focusing on the Discord when it comes to community interaction and Twitter, I suppose. But anyways, somebody on Reddit, they're yeah, I really like your podcast, but I feel like you're too anti-kid, Ben. I feel like you made a couple comments that are anti-children, and I don't like it. I was like, what? I don't think so. I want to have kids. I think I like kids. Maybe it's just I don't know, when Kyle was talking about his daughter at some point, I was like, oh, here we go. I wonder if that's what they were talking about. I can't think of what that would be.
Well, that's an inside joke.
I
for
thought so.
the community. Yeah, and as someone who is pro kid. You certainly haven't come across as anything else but pro kid.
Oh,
Hanson,
good.
So I can assure you,
All right.
you're in good shape right there.
Oh, good. Okay, thank God. Thank God. Well, hey, thank you so much for calling in, E.N.T. Clark. Thanks for your support, and happy anniversary.
Great, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Just wanted to call in and ask about your kid, Jeffem. How sweet is that?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
All right. This is Tactical Dreamer. Hello, Tactical Dreamer.
Hello, Ben. How's it going?
Really well. How are you?
I am great. Thanks for asking.
You're on the call with the one and only Jeff Marchiafava.
Jeff
Hello.
Marchiafava.
I don't know
Wow.
if I
How's it
earned the Oprah introduction.
Oh,
there, but
you're
I'll
an
take
Oprah
it.
earner, buddy.
Okay.
Tactical Dreamer, what would you like to talk about?
Well, I ain't got no fancy music, but I do have another trivia show for y'all.
Perfect.
Okay, Jeffem is going to supply the theme. It goes a little something like this.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Jeff's about to lose.
Love it. All right, hit us, man.
Okay, I think you guys have played this once on the MinnMax show before. I have 3 games here, and for each of them, I've grabbed some Metacritic user reviews
Oh, yes.
Okay.
with their scores, hopefully in an order that it'll become more obvious after each one. So,
Okay, love it.
here we go.
Okay.
First game. This is a 0 out of 10 review. Just boring. The first levels are fun, but it can't keep you. It gets boring after a while. Okay, second review. This is a 10 out of 10. The creativity on display is just outstanding. Such a charming game with great visuals, gameplay, music, and even story. Definitely my goatee.
Okay, for the record, I'm not looking at chat, Jeffem. I assume you'd be doing the same.
No.
Okay, third review. This is 6 out of 10. Enjoyable, but not original at all. I love the game, but it doesn't add as many things to the mechanics of the first game.
Ben?
Ben?
Ori and the Will of the Wisps?
Incorrect.
That's a good guess, though.
Thank you.
I could get used to this.
No!
This next one's a 10 out of 10. Stunning sequel to the classic Blink game. Highly recommended to fans of the original or new players. This is the first contender for GOTY 2021.
Dang it.
Amazing platform game.
Ooh.
Psychonauts 2.
Yes.
Wow. Too
I
new.
got one.
Too fresh. Golly. That's impressive.
Okay. Next one. This is a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
One of the best PS2's era game ever. Wonderful game, spectacular visuals, amazing characters, great weapons and enemies. The scenarios are dark and gritty, something expected from a Blink game.
Some dark and gritty, something expected from a...
This next one's a 6 out of 10. Could have been great, but the lack of multiplayer and co-op mode makes Blink a single-player experience only hermits can enjoy. It's a shame because there was plenty of potential. Now Blank is nothing but a pseudo FPS, one player to boot, with an unoriginal plotline.
Oh my god. Oh, this is... Okay, so a PS2 game that's dark and gritty that dropped multiplayer and is now an FPS. This is really hard. I mean, there's not that many first-person shooters in PS2. Ugh. Okay, I'm just talking.
Okay.
Keep going.
No. Next one's a 6 out of 10. This game was okay. What I don't understand is this isn't even a survival horror game. Blank was always about zombies, surviving on minimal ammo.
Ben,
Ben,
is this Resident Evil 4?
it is.
They call it a
This is
first-person shooter?
Yeah, pseudo first-person shooter. And this is for people
pseudo.
leaving reviews after RE5 and 6 had
Oh
co-op,
my
and I guess
God.
they wanted that.
Oh, that's so confusing. Okay. All right. Love it. Do you have time for one more Tactical Dreamer?
Yeah, I only got 3, so perfect.
Okay. Love it.
Okay. This is a 10 out of 10. A highly addictive yet extremely complex game for the GBA. This game perfectly fits the mold of easy to learn, hard to master.
Ben,
Ben.
Advance Wars.
Yes. Wow.
Bam!
Unbelievable.
Thank you. Please,
The fix
please,
is in.
everybody.
I got one. I'll take it.
All right. Tactical Dreamer, thank you so much for your support.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you.
How are your Twitch streams going?
Oh, they're fun. I get a few viewers every once in a while. It's a good time.
Nice. What have you been streaming recently?
Recently, I've been streaming a lot of Darkest Dungeon with a buttload of mods because I
Oh.
figured out I can install mods and make that game incredibly fresh.
Well,
and
there we
I'm
go.
getting ready for the second game, which is going to be great, I think. I hope.
Yeah. Well, that sounds good. Well, thanks so much for calling in, Technical Dreamer.
Thank you.
Goodbye. All right. Starkiller is the next call here. Hello, Starkiller.
Hello.
Welcome to MinnMax Council, Starkiller.
Thank you.
Are you numb to the idea of calling in yet?
Not numb to it. It's still
Okay.
fun.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Thank God. That's what we're going for. What would you like to talk about, Starkiller?
I have it. No, I'm kidding. I don't have a game. I wish I did.
I would absolutely play it. It's very easy podcasting on our end.
No, I just have a question just to help you live your love line dream for the
Ooh.
call-in shows, Hanson. I've got a date on Friday, and I was wondering if you guys had any dating or relationship advice.
This is first date?
Second date.
Second date. How'd the first date go?
It was good. We just got coffee, so.
Okay. We need more info. What flavor of good?
Well, I mean, I don't know how much to go into it. I mean, we basically talked for a couple hours. She had to go play D&D. She had to go a D&D session that night.
Nice.
Pretty good.
But yeah, it was good.
Would you say that with this partner, you might be rolling a 20?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, hey, Jeffrey, look at that. We are on Loveline now. Look at this. Hot jokes. Well, that's great. I mean, what are you worried about? What are you feeling for the second date?
I don't know. I wanted to do something sooner because this was Saturday was the first one.
Yeah.
And so we're not doing it until Friday. But she's busy with work, so it's just like would want to do something earlier because I'm very flexible with my job, thankfully, and
Yeah.
not everybody is. I realize that. So, but I'm like, you know, how do you, especially in the current times, you know, keep hanging out, keep spending time that's not just like texting all the time, you know?
Yeah, that's tough. Okay, first things first, don't get your hopes too high. Don't bank on this.
Yeah.
And then number 0 is don't be a creep, be a good guy. And then number 1 is don't hang all your hopes on this. And then I think after like a good long talking date, it really helps to shake things up. I think like go for a walking date, walk around a park, anything to get out of that. Here's the thing, Jeff. I don't know if you experienced this as well. I feel like sometimes early couples and dates can kind of shoot themselves in the foot because like we're scheduling 3 dates in a row. We're sitting across from a table, drinking a beverage, talking to each other. And like maybe you're great partners, but you just are kind of sick of talking that day. Or maybe just the conversation does not exactly click. Like give yourself some new sensory input, go on a walk, be able to look at something, be able to be like, hey, what do you think of this flower? You know, good date questions like that.
That is great advice.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't think about that, actually my wife and I had like 3 dates in a row and they were all talking dates, but it went fine. So
Yeah.
but if I had that advice, I would have switched it up.
Right. You didn't need to because I feel like on that first
I
date, your
didn't.
wife just cleaned the table with her arm and then brought you in for a big smooch.
Yeah, and it was at Barnes and Noble, so it was weird, but they didn't kick us out. So.
The least noble thing to happen there. I don't know. How does that sound? What else could we help with?
No, I like that. That's definitely a good idea. Yeah, it's hard to not just when, you know, we're both working adults to not just say, oh, let's just do dinner because
Right.
that's when we have time. We are going to see Shang-Chi. We're both
Oh.
Marvel fans, so we are going to do that on Friday.
Oh, that sounds great. Also, I got to say, that's like, if there's a movie I was really looking forward to, I would need to feel pretty good about the person to go with. Like bringing second date to a movie I'm really looking forward to. Like she doesn't know if you're going to be talking throughout the entire thing. You could have brought your pack of laser pointers. You could be ruining that movie in a lot of ways. And so that seems like a good sign. But again, get your hopes right on that dirt floor, if I may adjust anything in your mind.
Yeah. It is. I think, Hanson, you said you met at one point, met your girlfriend through the dating apps? 'Cause that's how I met this girl too.
You
Yeah.
betcha.
It's always weird. Yeah, those apps are weird.
The apps are weird, but the people are lovely. Like I always said,
Yes.
I had such a good time on the dating apps. I guess I've only met one long-term girlfriend that way, but yeah, it's just great. Like, you know, I went on a lot of dates for a stretch there, and I liked every single person a lot. There were 2 that I was like, I don't think I'm a fan of this person, but like it's a pretty good ratio. And so I think it does a good job of just, hooking you up with random nice people, hooking you up in a positive conversational sense, Jeff. Get your mind out of the gutter. Come on. Anyways, well, hey, thanks for calling in, Starkiller, and best of luck on the date.
Yeah, of course. Thanks.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye.
There it is. All right, Bob Buell is the next caller. A man known for his games. Hello, Bob Buell.
Hello, goody afternoon, Mr. Hanson, Mr. Marco.
And a goody afternoon to you too, sir. How are you doing? What's going on over there?
I'm doing wonderful. I got a mimosa going for this lovely brunch council.
What?
Nice.
I want a mimosa.
I'll FedEx you one. It'll be there
Okay.
Thursday.
Yeah,
I don't know how
that
FedEx
sounds great.
works.
Look for a soggy package.
Bob Buell in the chat says, "What a romantic, Hanson." Quote, "Get your expectations in the dirt." Don't you feel like that helps though? I think it's so easy to get carried away with those early dates, Bob, and it's just nice to be like, the odds of this falling through are 95%. Anything else is a miracle. Just,
I mean, and that girl sounded amazing. D&D and Marvel.
I know.
So,
Don't hype it up. Don't hype it up.
But there's plenty of fish in the sea if that one doesn't work out.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, you got to start swinging from light poles and dancing through puddles and all that kind of fun jazz.
Yeah,
you know,
romance.
Exactly, you get it.
Yeah. Bob, what would you like to talk about? Oh,
We're rolling into another
no.
one.
Love it.
Another one.
Love it. Love it.
This is your classic game franchise year trivia.
Yes.
AKA
yes.
game date match. I don't know.
I
The
think-
title's still up in the air.
You've had months, Bob. Come on. Get that name locked down. Here we go.
It's very difficult.
All right. All right.
And luckily for Jeffem, he doesn't have to ring in. It goes back and forth, so he's got a shot.
All right.
But
Great.
I will list off years of mainline video game releases, the year of them.
Yeah.
And then after each year, you each get a guess. And then we'll keep running through the franchise releases to make the picture clearer and clearer. And you just guess the franchise.
Great. Jeff, have you played this one before?
I have not.
This
but I look
is-
forward to losing.
This is like Black Diamond trivia, so good luck.
Yeah,
It's-
I'm terrible at dates, so that will help. I'm sure.
Yeah, well, hopefully you're better than Starkiller. Anyways, Bob, jump in. Here we go.
Dropping bombs.
I love you, Starkiller. Thanks for calling in.
First game. First game in the franchise, 2006.
Who goes first?
Oh, let's say Jeffem.
Ah, man. 2006.
There's a delay, Jeffem. I can't see the head movements until.
Yeah, I figured. And it's the first game was 2006.
Yep.
First game of the franchises. The
The
year of our Lord, 2006.
So that was. I'm gonna make this game way too long.
Yep. Okay, I'm not looking at
Jesus.
chat. Not looking at chat.
No. I'll say Dead Island.
Solid, but incorrect.
It's not solid. The game came out in 2011. What's he doing?
I don't know.
It's his first time playing.
That
Okay,
was as
sorry.
close as I could get. Was within 5 years.
All right. Bob, I'm going to go with Resistance.
Ooh, incorrect.
Okay.
Next game in the franchise, 2008. 06, 08. And let's say you want to snake draft it, so Hanson goes first this time?
I'm sinking my fangs, Bob, into Gears of War.
Oh,
Ooh,
I was gonna say Gears of War.
incorrect.
God dang.
Damn it!
Then now you gotta
But
go.
congratulations.
No, that was incorrect though.
Oh, was it incorrect?
Yeah.
I said correct.
We don't listen to the host much.
Okay, well I take back my damn it then. If it wasn't Gears of War, Halo?
Ooh, incorrect.
Are you out of your mind?
I don't know dates.
The first Halo came out in 06.
Yeah.
All right.
Next game in the franchise, 06, 08, 2011.
Wow. Interesting. Interesting. 06 is such an odd year. It feels like it would be first party. This is me waiting for any hints to drop from Bob.
I'm just sipping my mimosa over here. I don't know.
You said what? 2011?
Yes.
the third one?
06, 08, 2011.
Do I guess first?
Yes.
Oh
correct.
yeah.
Classic Snake format. You know, the whole thing.
Well, I don't know if it counts because it's kind of a spin-off franchise, but I'm going to say Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Interesting, but incorrect.
That is an interesting idea. I like that idea.
The idea of it is good.
It's no doubt very good as an idea. Okay, 2006. I'm in the 360 PS3 arena is what I'm trying to go through here. Boy howdy. Boy howdy. And I already guessed Resistance. I believe. God, this is really stumping me. Okay, light hint. Is the 2011 game, is it called 3?
Ooh. Gonna do it.
Does not know. Does not know.
Not that I don't know off the top of my head, of course. I do.
Yeah. So maybe.
Technically, no. They kind of. It's very close to just being the number 3, but it's not exactly. They kind of had fun with it.
Oh, this isn't amped? No.
This is not amped.
Okay. That timeline was off. All right, good luck. Good luck, Papa.
I already guessed, didn't I?
Well, it's going back to you, baby.
Yeah. So we got next year.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh,
06?
Oh, I think I got it. I think.
06, 08, 2011, 2013.
Oh, there's a fourth one? What?
And perhaps more to come.
Oh my God. This is some sort of knockout franchise.
Okay.
God, 2006. What a weird year.
Yeah. And they
06,
had
08,
fun with the
2011,
3.
2013.
Don't forget that they had fun with the 3.
They had so much fun, Jeffrey. Don't forget. It's like the least hint possible, but yeah, 2 is just 2, 4 is just 4, but 3 they kind of. It's not exactly just 3.
Can you
it's
say
very close?
Can you
but
say which console this started on?
started on? I think it was 360 exclusive, but I might have to double check that. Yeah, I believe it's 360 exclusive.
They made 4 of them? What the hell?
I can give you the last one. I think you'll get it off of the last one. There's only one more.
Okay, sure.
And then you can,
Yeah,
use your brain powers combined.
sure.
So we got 06, 08, 2011, 2013. There's a questionable 2015, but I'm not going to... It's more of a re-release.
Okay.
And then the real one is 2022
What?
for the final one.
What?
06, 08, 2011, 2013, and 2022.
So they released 4, and then they said, guess what, Xbox fans? It's coming out in the future.
Maybe pretty recently.
Damn it, Bob. This is diabolical. What did they
This is
just announce?
incredible.
Did I care about the announcement at all, Bob? I know that's a weird question for you.
Vague interest, I'll say.
Okay, so it was a polite, like, okay, look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh. Game, set, match. I got it. Fava, is it your guess, though? Or is it my guess?
Go ahead.
Yeah. This is the odd one was Saints Row the Third. This is Saints Row. Oh,
Correct,
I'm so sorry that
correct.
took so long. That's embarrassing. Whew. Everybody in the chat was losing it. I'm so sorry, chat. I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh, God. Isn't this hard, Jeffem?
Yeah. It's not. This is gonna be bad.
All right. I'll throw one more
I'm just
at
happy
you.
you were as bad on that one as I was.
Yes. Yeah.
That makes
I'm
me feel a little
sorry.
better.
Oh, boy. I blew it.
I'll throw one more at you. Totally different gen. Maybe this will be a little easier. Maybe a little
Okay.
tougher.
All right.
We'll
Love
see.
it.
All right. Decide amongst yourselves who goes first.
It's Fava.
Thank you.
Fava, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Let's listen to the first question.
All right. All right.
You could. This could be a team effort. You could just discuss it if you want.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's do that.
Okay. First one, 1986.
All right, Fava. This is like either Metroid.
Metroid. I'm gonna say Metroid.
Yeah, we're going with Metroid, Bob.
Incorrect.
Go!
Incorrect.
Okay, this is okay.
Nope.
I'll shut up.
Next one, 1991.
What? And this isn't.
That still sounds like
It's,
Metroid.
I think he's wrong. I think he's thinking of Metroid. What did they take that big of a gap on? That is unprecedented. So it's NES, Super Nintendo, realistically, right? Fava, you played a bunch of those bad games. What is it? 1991. Oh. Fava. It wouldn't be Street Fighter, would it? I think it's 92. No, Mortal Kombat's 92. The first Street Fighter it's not that old. But arcades, maybe 86. Can I guess Street Fighter, Fava?
Sure.
I'm gonna go Street Fighter, Bob.
This mimosa is delicious, by the way.
Oh.
Incorrect.
No, devastating.
Incorrect.
Devastating.
The third and final entry. So we got 86, 91. Third entry, 2012.
Shut up. Shut up.
You want just we each do it guess. I don't want to taint
Sure.
the
Yeah.
co-op.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 2012?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not gonna say that then.
Oh,
He was so confident a second ago.
yeah, Ben.
Oh,
Ben.
yes.
I'm shedding the co-op label. I'm throwing Jeffem away. I'm flying too close to the sun, some would say, Bob. This is Kid Icarus.
This is Kid Icarus.
Yeah. There we go.
86, 91 was a Game Boy sequel.
That's
Who
right.
knew?
That's right.
And then 2012, obviously, everyone's favorite, Uprising. I
Was
think.
it Game Boy one called Kids and Monsters or something?
Of Myths and Monsters.
That's right.
Oof.
Very good. Well, Bob, thank you for your support. Thank you for calling in, and thanks for being a wonderful member of the community.
Hey, thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. And
just real quick, I do want to.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I've already done your Chrome tip that you had for why the game or my PC could be crashing. So hopefully we'll see.
Yeah, I have no idea why that caused it, but my PC kept crashing like every other night because of that, and I turned it off, and it hasn't crashed once since. So
Weird.
good on you.
All
Makes
right.
sense.
Well, hey, Bob, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Oh, well, I did say the thing. Wait real quick. I'm going to a wrestling show next month.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be before the pandemic, and it never happened. And I made a giant Jeff Markiafava head sign.
Perfect.
It's the emote of you taking the sunglasses off that I will be bringing to this show.
Oh, wow.
So if everyone keeps
Wonderful.
their fingers crossed, there's going to be an AEW Dynamite show where I am facing the hard camera with a giant Jeff Markiafava sign on national television. Fingers crossed, everybody.
Fingers crossed. Make our dreams come true, Bob. Thank you.
Yeah, I look forward to like the YouTube video like 30 years from now of like who was this obscure person? Because Dan would take a giant blow up of my head
Oh,
to
right,
wrestling
right.
matches. There's gonna be can't wait for that.
All right. Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Catch 'em all, Chris. Is that flattering, or do you have any emotions about that, Jeffem? Somebody holding a
It's-
giant head at a wrestling arena?
It's weird. It was stupid and insulting when Reichert used to do it.
Yeah.
But
Insulting.
I'm fine with Bob doing it.
Hello, Catch 'em all, Chris.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Everyone sounds like a
Does
creep.
this always
Bob started it. It won't be stopped. Hello, Catch 'em all, Chris. What would you like to talk about?
Hello. Well, as you know, I unceremoniously tried to reach out to you beforehand
Yeah.
and fight the good House Hunter Rise fight, but you made a lovely point that probably wouldn't pan out well for the audio listeners.
Yeah, he was trying to
So,
send us houses to look at, Jeff. But it's like, well, that's the most boring podcast of all time.
That's why you get paid the big bucks. So
That's right,
I
thank you.
instead did what all the other cool kids are doing and just came up with a trivia game. So I have some trophy trivia because I'm a big PlayStation trophy guy.
Okay.
So I have taken a couple of lists here. I've taken on average 3 trophy names and descriptions from different games, and you guys can take turns buzzing in to try and guess based off of the trophy name and description what game you think it's from.
Okay, love it.
Obviously, if you're the last one, I get used to this, all that fun stuff.
Of course.
But rather than saying your name, I think it's only appropriate that you do the trophy ding noise to buzz in with your answer.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
We definitely know what that is.
Oh, I definitely. I care a lot about trophies, and it's on the tip of my tongue. Okay, got it.
Perfect. Okay, so first game, first trophy. Cooper Clan Cosplayer is the name of the trophy, and the description is dress up as a legendary thief.
Oh, Ben.
I'm sorry, that didn't sound quite like
Ben.
a ding, but I'll take
I'm
it.
sorry.
So- oh my gosh, yes, Ben.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Right off the bat, of course it is. Of course it is.
Why?
Because
so-
it's Sucker Punch.
That was a fun trophy because it's the Sucker Punch game, and so you had to dress up like you were Sly Cooper in there to get the trophy bumps.
There we go.
The next game, first trophy. The trophy name is Jelly Porter, and the description is go through portals 75 times.
Ben.
Ben,
Splitgate.
incorrect.
You also said your name instead of.
God, crap.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
I
I'm
could
gonna let
get
it go,
used
but
to
I'm glad.
this.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate the support.
All right.
Um,
Floor's yours, Jeff.
Jeff, do you want to take a guess, or you want the next trophy?
I want the next trophy.
Next trophy. Trophy number 2, get to the chopper. The description is chop 800 items.
Oh.
Bidding.
Jeff, with the dulcet tones.
I'm going to say. What's the name of that game?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Undercooked.
Undercooked. I am so sorry. That is not the name of the game.
Bring, bring. I'm gonna go with Overcooked.
Damn it! What the hell?
Very much closer. We'll just go ahead and let you have it. It's Overcooked 2, technically.
Oh, okay.
But yes, the third trophy was if you can't stand the heat, which is extinguish a burning kitchen. I tried to make it where the
Perfect.
first trophies are a little more obtuse.
Hey,
and
that's
the-
hey, you
more
get
we
trivia
do.
hosting, baby. You get the idea.
You better watch out. I'm coming for that tower.
Stay away from my tower. Unless you're competing, then you're welcome.
Third game. First trophy title is Puny God. Description is perform Hulk's special move on Loki.
I mean, bing.
Hanson?
Is this going to be a? I'm gonna go with Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Oh, he got it. I was trying to be smart and hope.
Can't
Oh, it's got Hulk in
outsmart
it. Must
me,
be Marvel's
buddy.
Avengers.
Can't outsmart me. I know your strategies.
Oh, this guy knows what he's doing. Fourth game. First trophy. Bon appetit. The description is shoot the grenade you fed to an enemy. Any guesses? Any guesses? We got 2 more. That's okay.
Okay.
Next trophy. That'll hold him. The description is use wooden boards to board up a window. So we're feeding grenades,
Yeah.
boarding up windows,
Right.
a wild time,
Yeah.
and we are also doing what this third trophy says, which is called hats off. And this one, okay, it says shoot blank's hat off his head. I can say the blank. It might be a little a little easy. So I'm just giving you a little more time just in case.
Boarding up windows.
Famous hat.
It might help to think of it's a very famous character with a hat that you wouldn't normally have to shoot the hat off the head. So it's
I have no idea, man.
it is okay. I'll say the name. Shoot Hiron's hat off his head.
Byron?
Tyrant.
Iritz?
Tyrant, like Tyrant. This is
Oh, Ben.
Tyrant.
Ben. Jesus. It's a Resident Evil remake?
Yes, Resident
Okay.
Evil 2 remake.
Resident Evil 2 remake. Oh boy. Okay. That is a sad
That makes
round,
sense,
Jeff.
yeah.
What have we become? My God.
Yeah, someone might say it was a Game of the Year candidate, but
Oh boy. Oh boy.
last one here. You definitely both know this game as well.
Okay.
First trophy, Grin and Bear It. Description is survive 8
Wait,
times.
oh, damn it.
Oh, I have to honor the ding. That would be Jeff.
Final Fantasy VII remake.
I am afraid that is incorrect.
What? Wow. Okay.
So the
I can use this.
oh yes. I'm sorry, I cut out for a second there. So we're on to the you guys guessed Resident Evil 2 remake. That is correct. That
Yeah.
just to be clear.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So yeah. Okay. Last one. The trophy was Grin and Bear It.
Yep.
It says survive 18 bear attacks and kill the bear each time in story mode.
Story mode. Ben? I'm sorry. Bring.
Yes. Bring.
Days Gone?
Incorrect. Second trophy, Trusty Steed. Reach max bonding level with a horse.
Oh, bling.
Jeff him?
Red Dead Redemption 2.
This guy knows his
Oh.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Nothing can keep him away from Red Dead Redemption 2.
I thought it was Barrett.
I know.
Were you thinking the same thing?
Oh, I was
Nancy?
going to do the exact same
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
exactly.
Grin and Bear. I got
Yeah.
very confused, I'll be honest. I thought that there was like some, because I'm having mic issues. I was like, oh, maybe they didn't realize I confirmed it was RE2 remake.
Oh, we were just so wrong. You thought there was a technical disaster. I see. I
We
see.
were
how it
tripping
goes.
over each other, like fools of ourselves.
Oh boy. Well, thanks for calling in and thanks for the fun game there. Catch them all, Chris.
Of course. Thank you guys for all you do.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
I cut him off. I'm sorry. I cut him off. All right. Next caller. The one, the only Chris Logan, if he decides to pick up the call. Hello, Chris Logan.
Hey there.
Hi. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You betcha. What would you like to talk about?
Well, today we are going to play the newest entry in the Back of the Media saga. I have here.
Okay.
Ensign,
That
are these
sound
call-in
can
shows
only
all trivia?
They've evolved that way, yeah.
Okay.
I certainly didn't see it going, but turns out, Jeff, you can only ask so many questions in a day, so this is the way to go.
I love it.
Yep. Okay.
This game is called Track Attack. So, what I have here are CDs, jewel case CDs
Oh no.
from my personal collection,
Oh no.
which basically means 90s and early 2000s.
Okay.
So here's how it goes. It's not your typical back of the case trivia. So I am going to tell you how many tracks are on the CD, and you will take turns picking a number, and I will tell you the name of that track, and then you get to guess the artist. If you get it wrong, it goes to the other person.
Okay.
Okay, so
we're
if you
going to be
guess the
very bad
artist,
at it. Mhm.
You get the point, and I have my son here. I don't know if you can hear him. He's gonna be talking.
He's
to me all
going to be better
That's
at
good.
competing at this than we are.
Yeah.
All right. So name of the artist at the very least is what we're looking for.
Yep.
But if you can't also tell me the name of the album, the other person can steal the point if they know the name of the album.
Sure. What? Okay. I don't mean to. I'm a contestant on this show, so I couldn't possibly fix it in any way. But I think we're going to be very bad at this, and I wonder if you're better off just starting with the most obscure track on the album and working your way towards the most obvious. Otherwise, I feel like it's going to be a lot of shots in the dark.
Yeah, if I name obscure songs, you guys are not going to guess it. But if you guess a track, you might hit a hit single.
All right. Look, we'll stick with it. Okay.
I may have chosen albums with a lot of songs you know.
Okay, great. Love it. All right, let's get rolling.
And I can give you the name of the,
and I never
year the
doubted
album
you.
came out.
I just want to say that
Dang
on
it.
record.
Stop kissing his ass.
Here we go. We got 14 tracks on this album. Jeff, why don't you take the first one? Give me a number between 1 and 14. I'll tell you the name of the song.
Okay.
Sounds like
I'll do number 1.
The first track is called Burnout. Any guesses or pass to Ben?
If I guess wrong, am I out for the...
No, it'll just go back and forth till y'all get it.
Okay. Let's see. Burnout. Oh, I'll say Blink 182.
Ooh, that is incorrect.
Okay, I'm going with
probably
track...
closer than you realize.
Ooh, track 3.
Track 3 is called Chump.
Is this Green Day?
It is Green Day.
All right.
Do you know which album we're talking about here?
No clue.
You want to guess?
And
one?
I get to steal, correct?
Ben, you want to take a guess before Justin tries to steal it?
Boy, don't I. I'm gonna go with Dookie.
You got it.
All right.
That's what I was gonna
Boy,
guess.
shot in the dark. All right.
All right. This next one has 14 tracks again.
Oh, it's me?
Sure.
All right. Track 2.
Track 2 is called Show Me How to Live.
Evanescence.
Wow. No. Come on. No.
Nothing wrong with
Jeffem,
Evanescence.
give me a number. If you don't know
God.
it already.
Oh my God.
I'll go with a big 1 again.
The first track is called Cochise.
Cochise?
Cochise.
That's how I've always pronounced it. It is a hit single. You guys should know both of these songs.
Yeah.
No.
I was afraid of that. Cochise. Beastie Boys.
Incorrect. Give me a number, Ben.
Track 3?
Track 3 is called Gasoline.
Tool.
Incorrect. Jeffem.
Oh God, all of these sound so familiar.
Really?
Yes.
This is like a multi-platinum selling album.
Yeah.
A super group, you might even say.
Oh man. I'm gonna hate myself. This is the most painful
Jeffem, give
trivia
me
game so
number
far,
5. Ask for number
because
5.
I feel like I should know all these.
He was talking over. He didn't hear you, Chris.
Ask for number 5, Jeffem.
Number 5.
Oh, number 5? Number 5 is called Like a Stone. My son just said the name of it. I don't know if you can understand him.
I didn't. Stone Temple Pilots.
No. Ben?
Man, I have no idea. Give me number 6, but it ain't moving a needle.
How about I give you number 8? It's called I Am the Highway.
Is this the Traveling Wilburys?
Should I pass? I've given you like the biggest hits. This
Yeah,
is
I have
Audioslave.
no idea.
This is painful trivia to sit through.
Resident Evil? Yeah, if it's not a video game, I don't know anything.
Audioslave.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the first thing.
Yeah.
They had that one song where it's like, I'll wait for you, right?
Like a Stone,
Oh,
which is the name of the song that I gave Jeffem. Yeah.
Well, it's impossible to remember the second half of that song. There's the guitar sounded cool.
Let's do one more. It's got plenty of hits on it.
'Kay,
And
okay.
I will retire this game until Matt Helgeson comes on the show and he can mop up the floor.
Okay, great.
All All right, we got 15 tracks on this one.
Ooh,
So Ben, give me a number.
baker's dozen. I'm going with number 3 again.
Number 3 is called Scar Tissue.
That sounds like a song.
Sounds like a very popular song.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that Nirvana or something?
It is not Nirvana.
Okay.
Let's do the next one. I'll say number 1.
Number 1 is called Around the World.
Around the world.
World and Scar Tissue.
Yep.
I'm gonna say Corn.
It is not Corn.
We
I would not do that to
refuse
you
to
guys.
believe that this is not Corn.
I picked like the most popular CDs
No,
I
look,
could
man.
find.
This is a nightmare. This is truly a nightmare scenario. Okay, I'm going number 2.
Number 2. Number 2 is called Parallel Universe.
Reba McEntire.
No. My God. Jeffem, why don't you just ask for number 6?
Number 6, please.
Oh, number 6 is called Californication.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
There you go. We're gonna call that a tie, 1-1. My God.
It feels more like a 0-0, frankly.
It was a
0
it
to
was a
0
good
to
game.
0 because the audience also gets 0 points for sitting through this.
Oh boy. Well, hey, Chris Logan, thank you for your support. Either way, now you know. Next, you can jump to, I don't know, what other medium haven't we covered in this episode?
The thing is, with you, I could have rattled off like obscure video game soundtracks, and you probably would have like known those.
I would have done better, absolutely, than an Audio Slave album
that everyone knows.
Yeah. Oh, I am horrific when it comes to music.
This one was like Jeffem adjacent. I was very close.
Right.
I've listened to Audio Slave. I just don't know any of the track names.
That's fine.
If you had gone Soundgarden, I would have been right there on the first guess, but
okay.
I'm sure people listening got something along the way. But Chris Logan, thank you for your support. Really appreciate it.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me on. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
All right. Poor Frisco. It's their first time calling in. So, Jeffem, you be nice this time.
Okay.
Please. I beg of you.
Well, he did just LOL us in the chat.
Does that mean leaving online?
Yeah.
Because he was so horrified by our lack of music knowledge. Oh boy. All right, here we go. Poor Frisco. We kept it waiting too long. Hello, Poor Frisco. Are you there? Is your mic functioning, Poor Frisco?
The mic is functioning as far as I know.
Oh, we got it.
Tell me if my mic is functioning all right.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit rough, but hey, thanks for being here. First time caller.
Time caller. First month at the MinnMax Council tier.
That's awesome. What made you decide to jump up?
I've crept up the tiers actually. I like the rewards. I like what you guys offer, and I just kept inching it up.
Wow. So we look forward to you being a podcast shout out tier pretty soon. Is that the way this is going to keep ascending?
Wall of Heroes, get ready for me.
It's fun, man. Not enough jokes in the Wall of Heroes. I've always said that. It needs more one-off image jokes. But anyways, Poor Frisco, this is your time to shine. What would you like to talk about?
So I know you guys have done a lot of trivia. Got one called the second half of Red Dead Redemption 2 trivia. Would you guys like to play that game?
That sounds great. Yeah, kick it off. Let's go. Here we go. Jeff, you can buzz in first.
No, I have no trivia. I didn't realize this was a trivia call-in show.
It's weird.
I've got a question.
I didn't either.
I've got a what's it called? A thought experiment.
Okay.
I bet that Hansen has thought about something very similar to this many times. So now he has a chance to share what those thoughts might be. I guess I have to fancy it up a little bit. This is MinnMax Council. So along with Jeffem's new computer, it came with the genie. And that genie in Jeffem's computer says that the next deepest dive is going to be your most successful ever. They do a deepest dive. It's 1 part, 4 parts. You're going to get at least 500,000 views on this.
Oh, good Lord.
So
okay.
You're locking it in. What game do you want it to be? What game do you, or think? It could be Little Women. It could be whatever you want. So do you want your biggest success to be Ring? Do you want it to be Elden Ring? Do you want it to be Animorphs on Game Boy Color?
Oh.
It's a guaranteed. You're getting the views. You're getting the new people in.
Yeah.
What do you want it to be?
I love it. And we buzz in by saying our name to answer this?
Not trivia. Just
Oh, I
throw it
see.
around the table here.
Yeah, it's tempting just to go for like, oh, I want to do my favorite game. But the catch is, okay, if we're going to have that many views, we want to be on our best footing. So therefore, it should be something that I feel like we can bring a great conversation to.
Sure.
So I would go. I want to say Metal Gear Solid 2. I worry that I'm not smart enough to have the discussion about Metal Gear Solid 2 that we should have. And when we're talking about the history of information, that seems like a very challenging thing. And sometimes I want to, if we ever do that for the deepest dive, maybe we can call in the ringer and get some smart person to come on and really pontificate beautifully on that. But it might be Metal Gear Solid 2 for me still. Jeff, what do you think?
Oh, Audio Slave. Deepest dive. Yeah, I don't like if we're going to get that many views.
Yeah.
Should it be something that is going to convert them into full-time listeners?
That would be
is my
great.
question. So,
And what converts them? This is like the secret part of the question. Does the
If-
popular
right.
thing convert
If
them, or
only
some
we
freak show
knew.
thing convert them?
yeah. Probably just whatever the biggest game this year is going to be.
Why? If it's already locked in at those views, why would you want to do the big game?
Because we want those people to want to continue coming back.
But they'd
to
only
us.
come back if we're passionate about the discussion. And if it's locked in views, we don't need to go for the biggest game. We can do whatever we want, man.
Yeah, right, man.
All right.
You're saying we can't be enthusiastic about the biggest game coming
The
out?
fact that you don't even know what it is, number
Do
one
you?
big game. Is it Halo Infinite?
Breath of the Wild 2.
Ah,
Let's just do it.
okay. That's good. I rethought my answer. If it's locked in with those views, I feel like we could maybe have the most fun discussion about Final Fantasy VIII. I know it'd be a long journey, but like people liked our Final Fantasy Remake one so much. Feels like we got enough of a crew for a good perspective on Final Fantasy. And I love Final Fantasy VIII, but I also have not played it since 1999. So I'll go with Final Fantasy VIII as my final answer.
That is correct. I'm
great.
checking the answer key here. That is the correct answer. You mentioned Ringer for bonus round, Hanson. Do you have your dream Final Fantasy VIII guest for the deepest
God.
dive for this genie scenario?
Well, honestly,
there is a golden bullet Final Fantasy VIII guest, but if there is,
I mean, it would be like, Grant and Ronnie, but that seems like that's not. That feels like a safe, wonderful default.
might be available.
Yeah. But what I was thinking specifically for that one was, like, I've been listening to a lot of Waypoint recently, and I am just floored by how smart everybody is on that podcast. Like, I've never been more scared by sheer intelligence on a gaming podcast. And so I thought for something like Metal Gear Solid 2, like get like Austin Walker on just to unload some brain cells on us. That would be my ringer for that one. But for Final Fantasy VIII, let's see, I guess ringer for Final Fantasy VIII. Ooh, it'd be the guy who localized it. I forget his name. But I'd get the lead localizer for Final Fantasy VIII just to have a lot of some behind the scenes type stuff.
That's a good answer, but I realized our mistake, Hanson.
What was that?
What we should have done is Dragon Quest, the entire series, because it would go on forever. And if we're guaranteed that many views, we can just live off of the YouTube revenue.
I don't think
The
500,000.
wishing for more wishes clause that I forgot to
Yes.
remove.
Would you want that to be your job? Only to play Dragon Quest games? I mean, I guess it could be a lot worse, but
You know what? We could make each episode 10 minutes though.
Smart.
And
Yeah.
we could do like 1,000 of them, just like in 1 week span. Just keep on putting them out. If every one of our videos, just think about the channel, the algorithm. If every one of our
Right.
videos got that many views, we could just nuke all of MinnMax's previous content,
Right.
so that everyone is like 500,000 views.
We'd finally start min-maxing our finances.
That's right.
I see. All right. Well, hey, poor Frisco, thank you for jumping up to this tier and calling in. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye. Starkiller came to that same joke. He says, Jeffem is really min-maxing this question.
That's right.
Starkiller, great minds. Great minds, because Starkiller is nothing but a great mind. And a great person, Jeffem. I'm sick of you making jokes about Starkiller.
Look, man, you're not digging yourself out of that
I know,
hole.
I felt so
Forget
bad
it.
about that stupid joke. All right, Spencer Bees is the next caller, also a first-time caller. And if I had to guess, Jeffem, I would think that their voice is a little something like this. Hello, Spencer Bees.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, welcome to MinnMax Council. How you doing?
Great. How are you guys?
Oh, really good. What's your saga? What brought you to calling into MinnMax Council?
You know, the Sunday time just normally doesn't work out for me. I'm normally hanging out with my wife, and now I'm just working. So I figured I'd just give you a call while I'm working.
That seems much easier. Well, thank you. We appreciate hearing new voices. What's your your saga? How'd you find MinnMax?
Well, I've been listening to you guys since GI, and I hopped on to MinnMax pretty early. I've been sitting at the council tier for a while, but I just haven't had a chance to call in until now. And yeah, here I am. But I've been on pretty early, probably at least a couple of months in since you guys started MinnMax.
Oh, that's nice. Do you remember how you found us at Game Informer?
Honestly, no. I've been getting the magazine for a long time, and it was like I probably early on when I just started getting into podcasts, and I was like, oh, I should find some podcasts on gaming, and so Game Informer came up pretty quickly.
Oh, that's crazy how things evolve.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, hey, what do you want to talk about?
Well, Jeffem DM'd me and said he wanted more trivia, so no, I'm just kidding. Actually, I was participating with you all on the Cyberpunk Deepest Dive earlier this year.
Yeah.
And I randomly decided to start a new save, just to kind of see where they were at in the like patch upgrade. Because we're pre next gen launch, but I think they're on version like 1.3 now. And I don't know if y'all recall, but you unceremoniously punted Cyberpunk from your 210s lists last year.
That's right.
And decided to wait on it until this year. So ultimately my question is this really going to make 210s for any of you so far? Have you even considered this game with anything else in like the same tier as what you guys have played so far this year?
I was just thinking about this question the other day.
Really?
Because it's gonna be such a mess.
I know.
Because no one's even gonna think about it. I haven't played it this year. You know, it falls into that weird. I think we did it wrong.
Okay, let the record show. Go back and check that recording. I was fighting so hard on this exact idea of this is going to be so out of sight, out of mind. We're not going to do the game justice. It sucks
Let
that
the record show I was agreeing with you, and I put it on my own personal top 10 list last year, which complicates it even further.
Oh my God, what a mess.
So,
I've been thinking about it a lot. Not in terms of like where it's going to be on our 210s, but I think that'll be interesting. I think it's going to be lower than it would normally be just because of the time, which is not fair to the game. But obviously the game has a lot of problems, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've already played a handful. I haven't played too much that's released this year specifically, but I mean, I would already not probably consider it in a lot of other things that I've played, at least like, let's say top 5. But I mean, I guess from a 210s perspective, I could see it in the bottom. I do think I feel so bad for these devs because this game is good. I think.
Yeah,
I think
so
this game
too.
is good. It's just it just released in such a mess. It was a disaster, frankly. But playing it now, it does run a lot better than it when I originally played it, and those cracks are not showing as much. So it is a bummer that for those that haven't or that have experienced it, it's a bummer if that was your first time on probably more instances than not. But I think once this gets released from a next gen perspective, I think it is. Everyone should definitely check it out because it is great. But
yeah,
once
it's
kind of a bummer.
It's a bummer. I haven't thought too much about it in terms of our 210s, but I do think about it all the time in terms of best moments, because I still, without spoiling anything, I think the name of the quest is Sinner Man.
Yeah,
I think about that all the time, and
yes.
it is still by far top moment of the year, and I feel like I'm going to get some resistance on that one. But like, Cyberpunk moment for best moment of 2021, but technically this is the way we arranged it. And so I think it's incredible. So I will be pushing hard for that at least.
Cool. Well, I'll be interested to see what you guys come up with and where it lands, if it does on any of you. I'll be interested to see if like Leo brings it to the table at all.
Yeah. Since he, I think, was the one that wanted it the most for this year.
Yeah.
It's out of spite, but I'm like, all right, Leo, let's prove its worth right now. So it'll be a fun chat. But well, hey, Spencer Beast, thank you so much. Is there anything you want from us in the future?
No, keep doing what you guys are doing. It's great, and I know you're working hard. So
that's very sweet.
More Deepest Dives. I'll be there.
All right, appreciate it, man. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye. There it is, Jeff. Just more Deepest Dives. I'd say all the Dragon Quests. That's
how we make the money.
Make
the bank.
That's how we make the money. All right. Thank you so much, everybody that called in. Thanks so much, everybody at the MinnMax Council tier. Thanks, everybody, for listening. You can jump up and call in next month if you would like by jumping up to that $20 MinnMax Council tier. We'd appreciate some new voices. It's always fun to hear from folks. But yeah, thanks for everybody putting in extra effort with the trivia this episode. That was really bizarre how that lined up, but we're not complaining. That's fun.
Nope.
All right. Well, hey, Jeff, any wise words before we close out here?
Nope.
All right. It is technically our 100th episode of the MinnMax Show podcast this week. So we'll have a light celebration. I'm more interested in celebrating the 2-year anniversary, which is coming up in October and stuff from MinnMax, but technically our 100th episode. So thanks to everybody for supporting us and letting this whole thing continue. It exists because of you. New Show Plus options this week. Let's see. I don't think anybody will have listened to this by the time they still can vote, but it's going to be Avengers with Leo playing. It's going to be playing Quake. It is going to be something we're calling Video Review Roulette, where the community can call in and do video reviews for a couple minutes, or another episode of Janet and I playing Fling to the Finish, but this time with an emphasis on playing with the community because that was very fun at the end of the stream. But cool. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks for being here. Starkiller says, remember to keep those expectations dirt low. There we go, Starkiller. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Be good. Have fun. Let's go.